Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Joe and welcome to a brand new video. And today we've got another video looking at some more of the god tier unboxes that were unboxed during the crate thing. Now, I wasn't actually going to do another one of these so soon, but my Twitter mentions were flooded with pictures of unusuals, and I just want to thank you guys for that so much. I mean, yeah, I woke up the next day and so many of you guys sent in screenshots of unusuals that you'd unboxed. And I figured it's only right if I make a part 2. So this is going to be another look at some of the unusuals that were unboxed during the case apocalypse, whatever you want to call it, the crate depression, whatever you want to call it. And we're just going to be taking a look. And I wasn't actually going to do this so soon after the last one. In fact, I haven't actually done a video since the last one. But yeah, with the amount of submissions that you guys sent in, I figured it's either now or never, because it's more than likely that I'd get carried away with other projects and just forget to make a part 2. So, I mean, we're back. And of course, it is important to remember that I'm recording this on the 30th of July 2019, which means that Valve haven't actually announced publicly what they're going to do with these hats yet. At the moment, they're all in limbo. They're all trade locked, market locked, not gift wrappable, etc. And the word from Valve is that they'd announce what they're going to be doing with these hats after the weekend. The weekend is now finished and we still have no idea, so we should find out very, very soon what's going to happen to these hats, if they're going to like get refunded or rolled back, or if they're just going to stay like this. But for right now, we're just going to appreciate some of the amazing unusuals that were unboxed. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So in the first series of this, we had a few god tiers, you know, a few high tiers, and just a general consensus of the type of hats that were unboxed. This time, we're going into overdrive. The first hat we're going to be taking a look at is a Burning Flames Lore. Now, this is an all-class unusual, of course, and it's pretty high tier. I say pretty high tier, this thing was priced 2 months ago at 810 keys, meaning this person has an untradeable 810 key hats. And what I was talking about earlier, how we don't really know if Valve are giving or taking with these unusuals, well, if they make these things tradable, that's an 810 key hat that's going to be on the market, and I'm sure there was a lot more of these unboxed, which means the market will get oversaturated and stuff. And as you can see in his backpack, he unboxed a lot more, but I think the Burning Lore is an appropriate highlight. It's not all class unusuals that are being unboxed, however. This unbox comes from a few from Lazy Doll, and this is a Burning Flames freaking sweet ninja hood. This is one of the highest tier possible scout hats, and it comes in at a pretty penny. The price of this thing is slightly outdated, coming in at 3 years old, but it costs 750 keys, making it one of, if not the most expensive scout unusual hat. Crazy unbox, and I mean, if Valve make these all untradeable, I wouldn't mind being stuck with a Burning Flames freaking sweet ninja hood, and I don't think anyone would complain about it. Back on the all classes now, this one is coming in from Matt. He unboxed a Scorching Flames Galvanized Gibbous, the absolute king of the free-to-play hats. Obviously, every unusual Gibbous is known for being like the king of the free-to-plays and stuff, and Scorching Flames is probably at the top of that tier list. Now, all of these screenshots are coming in from Reshi, and Reshi went absolutely ham with the unboxes and sent me 4 of his favourites. He sent me a bit more, but I've cut it down to 4. So, the first is a Burning Flames Samurai, a god tier endgame demo man unusual. Now, up next is a Scorching Flames Anger, a god tier endgame sniper unusual. And then he also got a Sunbeams Killer's Kabuto, which is a god tier endgame soldier unusual. And just to top things off, he also unboxed a Purple Energy Team Captain. Now, I don't know how many crates Rashi unboxed, but he's literally got endgame hats for the majority of the classes. The Team Captain can be worn on the Soldier, the Medic, and the Heavy. He's also got the Demo and the Sniper as well. Like, that's 5 classes that he's never going to need to trade for again, regardless of what Valve do, assuming they don't delete the hats. But some crazy unboxes there. Again, I don't know how many bad unusuals he unboxed in comparison, but yeah, crazy unbox rate if you ask me. Coming up next, this screenshot is from Frenek, and he sent me a Sunbeams Hong Kong cone that he unboxed. Now, the Sunbeams Hong Kong cone is like the ultimate endgame unusual for me. It's always been one of like my, not necessarily dream unusuals, I wouldn't put it in that category, but always an unusual I wanted to acquire at some point or another. And surprisingly, these things are a lot less expensive than I remember. Currently, the Sunbeams Hong Kong cone is coming in at 235 keys in listings, and it's priced at 250 keys, so not too expensive. But realistically, this is what I'm saying, man. If Valve keep these unusuals in the game, This person, being our Frennek, is never going to need to trade again because he's already got a god tier unusual, and that is like a big issue that Valve are going to have to face. This one coming in from Solabe means a killer exclusive with the effect of green energy, and I actually owned one of these unusuals once upon a time. I'll put a screenshot of a showcase or some sort of video I must have made about it here. This is a really nice unusual to own, man. The killer exclusive's one of those few hats that it's an all-class hat, but it looks great on every single class. You can really make nice loadouts with the killer exclusive on every class without exception, and a green energy one is a fantastic effect to have as well. So currently, as I'm making this video, a green energy killer exclusive comes in at 365 keys with 2 listings around this price as well. This is a really great all-class hat, and definitely one of those unusuals that you could literally have sat untradeable in your backpack and always come back to. So if you watched the last video, you may remember me talking about the circling heart crown of the Old Kingdom. Someone messaged me and they said they may have a 1-up for the circling heart crown of the Old Kingdom. So this is Super's Burning Flames crown of the Old Kingdom. The crown of the Old Kingdom is one of my favourite hats, and a Burning Flames one would be a dream unusual of mine, and Super just unboxed one when the crate thing was going on. A circling heart one is great, but a Burning Flames one is stupid expensive. And I mean no exaggeration when I say this. It's a 4-year-old price, but the last time this thing was recorded to be sold, it sold for 2,300 keys. Of course, this price is probably going to go down like most all-class unusuals have, but this is a crazy tier of unusual, and it puts into perspective that assuming this thing doesn't change in price, he's going to have a $4,000+ unusual just sat in his backpack collecting dust. And of course, while we're mentioning god tier unusuals, U-Boat sent me this screenshot. He renamed it the Crate Depression of 2019, and this screenshot pretty much summarizes the Crate Depression. A Scorching Flames team captain just casually sat in a loadout. If that doesn't summarize the Crate Depression, I don't know what will. However, this thing is coming in at the price of 1,300 keys. It's not quite the Burning Flames one we had that's being sold for like 2,000+, but it's still a monumental unusual. I mean, team captains in this kind of tier are known for being god tier hats, and the fact they're just being unboxed so casually summarizes just the impact this thing had on the community. Coming up next, we've got another screenshot, this time from Vital. This is a Dread Riding Hood with the effect of Sunbeams. The Dread Riding Hood in unusual form is pretty hard to come by. This thing is priced pretty old, but it's a 380 key unusual according to backpack.tf, which definitely makes it one of the best possible sniper unusuals that can be unboxed. And just talking from a neutral standpoint, if you go to backpack.tf and sort unusuals, the Dread Riding Hood is actually the 4th most expensive sniper unusual, one of which is the Corona Australis, and the other 2 are miscs. So excluding an elite grade hat and miscs, this is the most expensive possible sniper unusual on average. And coming up next, guys, we have a screenshot from Bryce. Now, as you can see, a ton of unusuals in his backpack. I'm assuming the majority of which were unboxed during this little crate apocalypse thing, one of which is a Sunbeams hat with no name. Now, the hat with no name isn't quite an all-class unusual, but it is available to be worn by 4 classes, and a Sunbeams one was recently priced just 4 months ago at 180 keys. There's only one on the market, however, for 400 keys, so the potential price for this thing is pretty nuts. And it's safe to say Bryce has just secured himself a pretty endgame hat for the majority of his loadouts. These final 2 screenshots are both coming in from the same person, and he actually sent me a few more, including a Sunbeams Hong Kong Cone and a Scorching Flames Virus Doctor, but these 2 will probably suffice. So the first unusual we're going to be taking a look at is his Sunbeams Brotherhood of Arms. Now, the price on these things is pretty old, coming in at about a year ago, but these cost 442 keys, which you'd assume this is an unusual he'd use on all classes, right? Wrong. He unboxed a soldier unusual that's arguably better than this. He unboxed a Scorching Flames War Pig, which is the most expensive variant of the War Pig, being priced just 11 days ago at 620 keys. Now, this price is liable to change if these things get put into circulation, but even with this unbox, there's only 4 in existence, meaning this is still a super crazy god tier soldier hat that has been unboxed, and he's now got the choice on his soldier loadout of a Sunbeams Brotherhood of Arms or a Scorching War Pig. Which would you choose? But guys, that is just about it for this video. If you did enjoy, then please do remember to leave a like and let me know your thoughts down below, along with the favourite unusual from this video, the one that you'd most like to have. Of course, when Valve decide what they're going to do with these things, whether they're deleting them or leaving them as achievement items or whatever, I'll of course make a video on it, so do stay tuned for that, as it should be pretty soon. But for now guys, I'll leave you with this. Thank you again so much for watching, and peace. 4. I'm waiting for a good day, I'm really feeling good, mate, it's never gonna come like skate. 4. I'm so consistent like my heartbeat, always up the top like Vardy. In the scene nobody's getting past me, you think you're better than me hardly. On my ones like a one-man army, gotta grind up and get myself a car G. Cop a nice job at the palm trees, put until then I'll focus on my craft. See I get a lot of hate like trash guys.